Hello, everyone. This is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for supporting the podcast. I'm honored that every day I get a message from you guys via Facebook or Instagram saying how the podcast has helped you guys make sales, make more money, and it's truly helping careers. The whole point of the car business is to make a ton of money, have a lot of fun, and have a great career so you can look back and say, I was a legend, okay? Make sure you guys are always focusing towards becoming a legend, because if you got legend status, then you got legend paychecks. So great job. Thank you for finding the podcast. I truly am honored to help you guys out. We are in season 2 talking about closes. This is episode 7. We're going to be talking about the credit rebuild close. I just used this close on a live customer in the showroom no more than a few days ago and closed it down. So what is the credit rebuild close? A lot of customers don't have perfect credit. Nobody really has perfect credit. You know, most of the percentage of the general public has okay credit, okay, average. There's a reason why it's average, because it's just a lot of people are in that area. This close is not for your 800 credit score. This close is not for your 790, your 730s. This close is for people that are struggling to keep their credit score high. And this is basically what happened. The customer, the entire process with one of my sales guys was saying, hey, I can't be over $400 a month, but I need a truck. My sales guy does everything he can to find a truck that he thinks is going to be in that $400 payment range in his head. Okay, we get him inside. Salesman did everything right. We get an approval. The approval's for $678 a month in payment. Now, my sales guy, I could see the look on his face that it's going to be a struggle. As a sales manager, I like to read my guys too, not just the customer. And I knew that I can't send my guy out that truly believes, right? The customer has conditioned my sales guy that I'm only spending $400 a month. Buyers are liars, whether they're trying to lie or not, they're lying to us, okay? $400 a month is all I got. The payment approved was $678. The customer's credit score was in the 5s. They had a little bit of money down. But this is all I had to work with, so I'm going to go out there and do my best to close it. This is where the credit rebuild close comes in, because obviously the interest rate was higher. I told my salesman, come on, I want you to listen. So we go out there and talk with the customer. And this is what I told the customer, and this is how I closed that deal. Almost $300 more a month than they wanted. Almost double, right? Getting close to double. $678, they want to be at $400 a month. This is how you set up this close when you need to use it. Don't go out there with the mentality that you're above them, okay? No one's above anybody in this world. You need to bring yourself to their level for them to be able to start grasping that they're going to be making a $678 payment. You have to get to their level, and this is how I do it with these type of customers using this close. Hey, folks, my name's Kyle. Thank you for coming in. I did get an approval with one of our lenders, and that is step 1, right? If the banks are saying no, I don't got a car deal. You could be saying yes, I could be saying yes, but the bank says no, and we're all in trouble. So at least I have a way to go. Now, before I show you the payment, I need to explain a few things to you, and I'm going to use myself as an example. At one point in my life, my credit score wasn't the greatest, and I couldn't get approved for a credit card, and I couldn't get approved for a Best Buy card or a Sears card or whatever it was that I was trying to get approved for, let alone a car approval at a payment and an interest rate that I wanted. But I knew at that point when I did get this approval that I had to strike fast and strike hard, because I knew this was my avenue to rebuild my credit. I wasn't just buying a car with this little bit higher payment. I was buying my credit back, and I was buying the ability to walk into a dealership and say, hey, how much is that car? Oh, it's 50 grand. I'll take it, because now I have the buying power to do that. And before, when I was in the exact same shoes you're in right now, I didn't have that buying power. So the payment I'm about to show you is, think about it more than just the truck. It is the truck, rebuilding your credit, and a very bright future that opens up a lot of avenues. Credit opens up avenues. Okay, pause. At this point, the customer's anticipation, I could see it. They were starting to look at my paper, but I had the numbers on my chest, right? Facing me, not them. So there was a point where she was looking at the papers, because now I've built this anticipation up that, yes, it's a higher payment, but I built a story around the payment I'm going to show her. I didn't show her the payment right off the bat because the story wasn't there. The painting wasn't painted yet, right? You don't sell a painting for $1 million before you paint it and the canvas is blank, right? The painting sells for $1 million after the customer sees the value in what the painting is. It's no different with this customer that is about to spend $278 a month more than they wanted. Okay, so I had the numbers to my chest. They don't get to grab the numbers. They don't get to say, well, what are the numbers? I am going to say what I'm going to say before I give them the numbers because I'm the one in control of this sale. I held that paper to my chest and went over the whole setup. Key of that setup is bring yourself to that level. They don't want to be talked down to. They want to talk eye to eye with somebody that's been through the trenches. When I read her body language and the husband's body language looking at my paper, I knew I was about to, it was time to show them because now they wanted to know. The anticipation was there. Before I even turned the paper around, she says a few things like, I know it's going to be higher. I know I have to rebuild, right? Now you notice that she's opening up to me. She didn't say those things to the salesman because she just wanted her $400 payment. She's holding her cards to her chest. But after I painted this picture, before she saw the payment, she started agreeing that, yeah, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. Boom! I show her $678. Of course, they gasp. One of them basically sits back down. Like it stung. But I had to reiterate a few things that I mentioned before, and I said, "This is your avenue." Now, here's the kicker. I don't know how fast you can do this. It could be months. It could be a year or two. But you can refinance this. So if you look at the 72 months and you say, I can't afford 72 months at $678, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to afford $678 until you get your credit score up. The more payments you make on time, the more credit collections you clean up, the faster that $678 can get refinanced to $410, $420, $430, maybe $390. I don't know. It just depends on when you refinance it. So don't look at this as I'm going to be paying $678 for the rest of my natural life. Think of it as I'm going to set a goal to build my credit and I'm going to refinance this truck at that point. So it could be I'm paying $678. I got to bite down and do this for 6 months and then I have my $400 payment. But just so you know, if you guys say no to my deal and leave, all you're doing is postponing this exact scenario. Do you want to delay this or do you want to take care of it now? And as soon as I said that last sentence, boom, she's like, let's take care of it now. Because they knew that if they did leave with an approval that they're passing up, they're going to be in the same scenario in 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. If they say, well, we want to rebuild our credit and then come back, how are you going to rebuild it? By putting yourself in more credit card debt? Tell me how you're going to rebuild it. Oh, okay. You rebuild it with a car payment. And as you're rebuilding it, your payoff is going down. Don't rebuild it with other debt and then come in and finance a ton. How about you rebuild it with the truck and lower your payoff in the meantime of rebuilding it, okay? Vehicles are only going up in price. But the moment I went through that scenario and I said, you're going to delay it, she said, let's sign for it, okay? Now, not every scenario is as bad as that. A $400 customer a month customer, and I had to close them at $678. The way I did it was with the exact confidence you hear in my voice right now. None of the, hey, well, we got you approved, but, you're not going to like the payment, right? If you start that close like that, or you don't build that paint that picture before you show them the $678, you're screwed, you lost your deal. They're going to say, thank you, can I make a copy of that and leave, and you'll probably never see them again. And they're going to go down to 123 ABC Motors, and they're going to meet a sales guy like Kyle Galaz, and he's going to close them at that moment. Be that guy. Be that closer. Be Kyle Galaz. Be Poor2Pro. Be a sales titan, okay? Use this close when you need it. You're not going to need it all the time. You're going to need it in that specific scenario. But it's another tool in your tool belt to go out there, make some sales, make some repeat and loyal customers, because guess what? You helped a customer rebuild their credit, they're coming back to you. I kept this episode under 10 minutes. I hope you liked it. I would appreciate some feedback. Remember, there's going to be a link to my YouTube page. I only have one video up, but please subscribe to that channel. I need to get some subscribers on there and start building some more videos, but I need your guys' support to do that. Anything you guys can do to help me, I return it in more information and more closings. So We're going to help each other. This podcast has helped me get stronger and stronger in the car business, and I'm going to continue to do so until my heart stops. Poor2Pro Sales Titans, let's go out there and sell some cars.